It's your lab. But I'm going to walk you through the digestive phys one first, and then I'll also walk you through the spirometry analysis. So the digestive phys one is in your lab manual. If you have the lab manual, exercise 39, there are these funny little tables in your lab manual. Find the one on page 600 says digestion of fats. So if someone in your team has a lab manual, 600 is the one I'm looking at. If you have an older edition, it might be different. 600? Just say pancreatic lipase digestion of fat and be an ugly looking table. Lab 39. In the actual lab manual thing. I think you paid thousands of dollars. Right? Yeah, next page. There you go. Keep going. Lab 39. Go 2 more labs. 600. Have one. Everyone have access to one? Okay, so this is a per table event. So you and the people sitting around you do one of these experiments for the team. All right, so this is part of that communication, leadership, teamwork, nursing thing you got to get used to working together. But what you're going to be doing is using test tubes in a rack. We give you the rack. And each test tube has a different chemical combination according to this chart. So the important thing is that you can understand this chart. Okay, so where it says 1L, that's your first test tube you're going to label. What's in the test tube? What does the yellow and the blue represent? Lipase and water. So remember biology 112, ACE is an enzyme, lipase digested fat, right? That enzyme is back here. Back about like that. So behold, 1% pancreatin lipase. How much of this is in the tube? 5 GTTs, and GTT is Dr. speak for what? Drops. So instead of just writing drops like a normal human being, they're doing GTT, right? Which saves a note 1 letter. But you're going to add roughly 5 drops of each. It doesn't matter if you do 5 or 6 or 4, as long as they're even number of drops. So you're going to do 5 drops of this scoop, 5 drops of the water, and then you're going to incubate it at 37 degrees C, which is this little bubble bath right here. It should be at 38. So you're going to put them in here because it's body temperature. So we're simulating your body. That sits for an hour, right? And all of these will be incubating for an hour. So that's the thing. The sooner you get them all in the bath, the sooner your life will move on. So tube 1 is just lipase and water. What's in tube 2? Litmus cream and water. Litmus cream is right here. Remember biology 112, litmus paper changed color with acidity. This is simply grinding up litmus paper, so it's purpley color. You're going to add the same thing, 5 and 5. Notice tube 3L. 3L is unique because what are you doing in 3L? Boiling lipase. So you put the lipase in alone, you boil it, which will be this beaker here when it finally gets going. You're boiling it for 4 minutes and then adding the litmus cream. Remember biology 112, what does boiling do to enzymes? Denature! All right. So you're going to denature the enzyme and then do the same math. 4L5. So all these tubes are basically just looking at the colors, adding 5 drops of each, incubating them for an hour at 37 or at 0. 0 ones are, I should probably brought it in this morning. Here it is. So we have, so at 0, you just put them in the ice tray, right? And then you notice that 4B and 5B have something other than drops in it. What's the third component of those ones? Bile salt, which we'll talk about today in lecture, but we have very smelly bile salts. This will make you throw up if you really smell them. No, right? But you just, basically, how much bile salt are you putting in there? A pinch. Like in cooking, you know a pinch when you do a pinch, right? So, you're going to add basically the combinations herein. You're going to let them incubate for an hour at their appropriate temperatures. And while they're incubating, you just sit there and twiddle your thumbs. We'll go to the next lab. And then after an hour, you're going to then look for the color change of the litmus cream. So litmus cream will be a purplish color when it goes in. After an hour, it will change color to pH changes. And that'll tell you that something changed. And you're going to have to remember biology 112 to sort of think about what that all means. Right? And we'll talk about it at the end of class about what those colors mean. But your goal basically for the lab is to figure out how to set up these 2, 4, 6, 7 tubes in your team so everyone knows what you're doing and work together, right? That's the hardest part is communication concept. So the test tube's over there, and then we have tape you can label, whatever. That's your business. But I'm going to walk you through the next lab while you're thinking about that one. This is spirometry one. I gave everyone a handout. The handout you're not turning in. It's not as though that is something I want to look at. But this lab handout, it replaces lab 37 in your lab manual. And what you're going to be doing is following the Vernier software that I put on your table. So if you remember last time we did the EKGs, as a Vernier, that's what we're doing again. So unlike plug and play, it doesn't plug and play. So before you turn on the computer, you have to hook it all up first. So I'm going to reach over you. So if you remember last term vaguely, there's all these cables. So you're first going to have this cable hooked to the computer, this thing hooked to this thing, and then turn the computer on. Otherwise, it won't know what you did. You'll spend 2 hours looking for the software. Once they're all hooked together in this weird daisy chain, turn on the computer, and then the program should be able to find that information. And what you're going to be doing is doing exactly what this picture shows. You have bacterial filters. Okay? That's going to go on so your spit can't end up in the electronics and grow mold. And then you have the scientific mouthpiece, aka cardboard toilet paper tube. Right here. We have enough equipment that up to 2 of you at the table can be the victim. One of you can do it, or up to 2 of you. You don't have enough equipment for everybody to do it. So you want to pick your victims, whoever wants to do it. But what you're going to be doing is blowing in and out of that tube. And it's going to make a graph like on the second page, like we talked about in the lecture last week. It's tidal volumes and all that. And from that, you can calculate all those numbers we did in lecture, the IRV, ERV, VC, T, all that stuff. You can calculate on you and see how much, your lungs are. It asks you to do some calculations in a table. And there's some questions on the last page. So what I would recommend you do before you just dive in and breathe is please read through step by step how it wants you to breathe. Because if you breathe incorrectly, you'll get all the wrong numbers, and I'm going to send you to a pulmonologist or something, right? So read through it first, make sure you understand that it wants you to breathe so many times and so many times, and then do it, and then calculate the numbers. That's And so for next week, for your lab quiz on this lab, you would have to be able to interpret a graph like the one on the first page, like we did in lecture. Could you label the graph? Could you calculate the volumes, like on the table on the third page? Could you calculate good, bad? It'll go up, it'll go down. Did on that case study and lecture. So your quiz will, on this lab will be mostly, here's a graph, give me all the numbers and all the calculations based upon this parameter. For your lab quiz on this one, it'll be after we go over the data and interpret what happened in each tube and why. Again, there's no name and claim on next week's quiz. Make sense? All right, so I'm going to turn you loose. I would recommend you set this one up now with bubbling away while you're breathing into the tube and seeing how smoke will kill you. Right? So, but that's your call. So 1 per team is what you're doing for test tubes, 1 per team or 2 per team for the spirometry. And then when you're done, you're done. Yes. So test tubes are back there. The chemicals are here.
Oh my god. So I am going to record this if you guys are okay with it for Ethan and Kara.
Can I actually get this? I'm leaving.
Yeah, I'm posting all. I found a way to finally post the videos on YouTube. So, yeah, and I'm sharing the link on our Facebook page. Okay, it's 971-804-3429.
3429?
Yep, and I can send you the link via text.
Thanks. I'll see you soon, Joseph.
Whenever you want your quiz, I have it up on the screen.
You say goodbye to yourself?
Can I borrow a sheet of paper from you?
Yeah.
You get all this stuff I do.
Alright, so it's on the screen and everything.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
So everybody knows what they're doing. How they're doing it. Yeah,
Wait, you want to see it set up?
So, you don't have to.
You want to label them all?
Yeah.
Anything that I can do to help, just let me know. I just need some direction.
Okay.
This is like not a strong point.
Why don't you label them?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have a wax pencil? Okay. Okay. All right.
So do we want to just, since you're labeling, use your first initial and then do 1, 2, so S1, S2,
Okay.
S3.
I like it.
And then so you're going to do an S4B and an S5B.
Okay. We do have a wax pencil.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize that we had one already. So you said S1 through 4 and then S4B and S5B?
S4B, S5B, yeah. That way we can just line them up with.
Ooh, that's not.
Just tape too.
Yeah, maybe S1. Kind of. S2. Kind of. Yeah, maybe. I don't think it's the wax pencil. I think it's, or I guess maybe.
Oh, yeah.
You can do that. That would work. You know what they're doing?
Is that any better?
Kind of.
20.
Yes.
What you're doing, supervising, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll see.
What are you doing here? I ain't gonna watch you work. Put in a work order? All right? Perfect.
I was gonna check the top.
Because that's the paper.
Write them in writing.
Oh.
Sweet. We said S1 through 4, right?
Yeah. How are we doing?
Is 2. Is 3. And then S5, and then you said, what was the last part you said?
So, 4B and 5B.
So S1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah. It's coming out.
S4B and S5B. Cool.
Yeah, they want to fall over, so you can also put clip on.
So we just have our tubes here, S1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then S4B and S5B. Not quite sure why, but these guys know, so it's alright. This is page 600 in your lab manual, by the way. By the way.
What is that?
I can read about it really quick.
Allie's gonna. Allie's not gonna read about it, but okay. Starts on page 599. So we're assessing protein. Oh no, pancreatic lipase digestion of fat and the action of bile. Oh, cool. Treatment of fasting is digestion. So is this what we're doing right now? Demonstrating the emulsification action of bile and assessing fat digestion.
Okay. You're good. Because I'd have been like
that.
Yeah.
Snapshot.
Turn page over. Pause now.
Is this what we're doing right here?
Yeah.
Wait, digestion of protein or lipase? Ah, this one, yeah. So this
That's where the numbers
is what we're actually doing.
Sorry.
Hold on. Pull it in.
I can clean that up.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm in your ways.
Does that say denaturement? Enrolled bile.
You can.
Are you bailing on us?
Yeah, I am.
Just here for the quiz.
Just here for the quiz.
I'll have are you gonna be at lectures? I'll post that too. I figured out how to do both of them. You're welcome so much. I'm so glad I finally figured it out. I'm sorry it took me 3 times to do it.
Really? You should.
You work there? Do I work there?
That's right.
Yeah, who am I?
My favorite, I like never doodle in my notes, but I found a doodle one time that said, "Who am I not?" And I was like, I didn't remember writing it, so it must have just like come from this little.
It must have been like when you were really bored.
Yes. Yes. Who am I not? How am I not myself?
So, you just really This is gonna kill me.
Yeah, this is not my strong point. I hated cell bio and lab stuff. This type of lab stuff doesn't suit me very well.
I know, this wasn't the one thing I missed either.
Well, it's okay. I'm recording all of it. And
Cameo.
I have a serious problem, young man.
And I exhaled. Right here.
I'll record it and try to like explain it as best I can so that hopefully it'll be just like you're here.
Pretend to talk to me off in the distance.
Hope in the distance. Of course. What was I saying? I'll hand out using the nurse
I should see our test tubes and get over here.
You have to put it in instructions. I have 2 minutes.
Two victims per table. And it says no all calculations on HO graph.
There you go.
Text me so that I make sure I get the right number.
I will. I'll text you back and if I get back to that.
Where's my phone?
So I know who's is here, right? We're all sure.
You don't have a phone.
Where's my leg? Who am I not?
Blood drops in 1.
Claire's not even responding. Great. Oh wait, hang on, guys. What are we doing? So we're making moves. Tell them what you're doing.
5 drops in 3.
Yeah. 5 drops in 3.
Can you see it right now on the camera?
Actually, you want 5 drops in everything but 2.
Don't fuck it up.
You're doing something. And then the seed.
So we're putting 5 drops of what? 5 drops of lipase in every tube but
Tube 2.
but tube 2.
Just keep rattling them off here.
Sam, you want to take tube 3 and boil it?
That's 3 and what?
For 4 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so now we need litmus cream.
So we're boiling 3 for 4 minutes. Which means you're all willing to release.
Or we can do water. 5 drops of water for 2. Just litmus cream goes along with everything. In tube 1? What? No. Hold on. I thought he was saying 5 drops of everything. Might have screwed you up.
It's okay, let's just slow down and start reading and see where we're at and what we've done.
There's a good answer. Okay.
So right now, what is in each of these?
Everything has 5 drops.
Except for 2 of
Of lipase.
Everything has 5 drops of lipase.
except for tube 2.
Except for tube 2.
I'm a silk balloon.
Because tube 2 does have litmus.
It doesn't have anything in it yet.
Okay.
Yes, you're gonna be our TikTok participant.
In which one? Where are you?
So when you pick someone up, there's number 2, there's gonna have 5 drops of
Lipase?
and then 2 should have
Get 5 drops of litmus.
Yeah, newest one,
Yeah.
you're holding your nose.
Okay. So we're still good? Okay.
So this one's 5 drops of water. And
Well, I think the cream goes in first. So yeah, litmus cream will go in everything except for one. One should be done now. Because we got 5 and 5, right?
yeah.
Okay. Are you, Sam? Are you boiling number 3 yet?
We should just look at it. So there's 5 drops.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Chris, there's not enough room for the entire block, but you can.
Are you litmus creaming? Okay, so tube 2 we'll get 5 drops. Tube 4, 2, 4, 5, 4B, 5B.
Well, we can just use a row, right? Okay, so help me out. So
And 5 on the
Yeah, so,
4B also.
yep, and 5. So 5, 4B, 5B.
I have a different lab manual, so I don't have to mine.
Okay, so 2, 5, and 4B and 5B.
Yes. And then tube 3 will get it once it comes out of the water.
So 2, 1 should have 2 drops of water.
Alright.
And then we'll do 5 drops of water on tube 2.
This is actually different. This is the last tube that we don't have. Okay. So I can just say that. So right now, you guys are just working on the chart.
Yes.
Okay. So I need those 2 right now.
Do you have a different?
So, in addition to the excitement, do we need 2 more to do this part?
So then we need the salts. Pinch of bile salts for 5B and 4B.
So there'd be 0.
And you added the water to tube 2?
No, I for chemistry.
Yeah. In Biology 12, like the girls that were in school were, it was the first class I took after the year coming into school. It was just I don't know what's happening. So I got nothing every single lab because I need to like look it over. Okay, this step. Here's what we're doing. Here's why. It's like,
It's just kind
Yep.
maybe like 4 pounds.
You deserve that, man.
Yeah, but it also.
That's
Number 3.
How we doing? 2 minutes.
Okay, so this is really the best instructions.
oh, they're
5
the
drops.
So now we're just waiting for that to finish and we'll add yeah, we'll add the litmus cream to that one. And then we'll do this one.
Do we have the
We'll
time
have to
also ready
put
to
it all in there. Yep, he just did that.
Did you tell the camera?
Did you smell it?
Will you?
Put a pinch of bile salts.
Pinch
these
bile
2.
salts.
4 and 5.
You remember?
Yeah, we do. Where do we put
And
it?
shake, put it on the top, and then you shake to mix the contents.
Each tube is,
All of them?
yeah.
Just
Yeah, just cover the finger. They're not like full enough for it to matter. It's okay.
No.
So then once we do that, that's when we put them all in this like incubator thing for an hour. Is that right?
Yeah. Besides 5L and 5B.
Okay.
Because those get basically frozen. And we're just cycling. And then these are in body temperature.
Okay. So what are each of these different things supposed to be simulating?
So what are we? Exactly. Yeah. That's what
In different steps at different temperatures, like.
Same temperature, so body temperature. And then temperature.
Okay. So there's 2 of them are not at body temperature.
Wasn't much in there. Alright, 5 drops of, what are we adding now? Litmus?
Yeah.
5 drops of litmus to non-sticker.
Like digestive. So lipase is the fat enzyme, right? And then it's just mixed with water. So what I am wondering is like, why isn't there vegetable oil in there? Isn't that what it's supposed to be breaking down? Oil. Right? It doesn't say. Yeah, like, as that Christie tell me, like, what is the actual point? Okay. So what have you done?
Alright, so now we stick them all in their homes. So, bring those over here.
So everything's in, one of them got boiled, blah, blah, blah. And now we're sticking them all for an hour into this little, actually 2 of them, the A and the B, are going into this ice bath, which you can see here, they're going into the ice bath.
5 and 5B. Everything else goes in that one.
Just be 5. The 0 should be here. After workout. Right.
So they're basically sticking all of the other ones into the incubator that's holding them at body temperature.
Okay.
And they're there. Get it? Allie gets it. She's going to explain it to us.
Sam, you gotta set your dinger.
Okay, dinger set. So those are going to stay in there for 1 hour, which sucks because I really need to be studying for the lecture, but you know.
We'll do
There's
the
that.
thing and then we can study. Okay, so the fat that we're using here is a part of the litmus cream. That's what makes it cream. So you're adding cream to the litmus powder, and that has fat in it. And so the first 2, 1L and 2L, are the controls. So this is lipase without anything to actually break down because it just has water.
Okay.
And then the second one is all fat basically with no lipase. Okay, so that's another control, I guess. Because nothing should happen in either of those.
Nothing should happen.
Yeah, because like water and litmus cream, like there'll probably be a pH reaction of some kind, especially with the heat. Okay, I thought I got it. So this should make sense because this is fat and lipase mixing. So there should be an observable reaction here. Because, but you're also heating the but you're also heating the lipase. So if the enzymes are denaturing, so it may not do this job. Okay. Here, this should be the best example of what happens in your body. The litmus cream with the lipase. And I think the reason we're mixing it with the litmus cream is because also see the pH change as the lipase does its job breaking down the fats and the cream. Same thing with this. So this is like the extreme opposite. Basically, this is body temperature. This is if you were freezing or something. So it's seeing how digestion is slowed in a cold environment.
Okay.
And this will probably be like
This is the most
expedited
in
process.
our body.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because bile will help the breakdown of fats.
Okay.
And then this will just slow it. So this is like the best example of what may happen physiologically. These are the controls.
Okay. Okay. Cool. That makes way more sense.
Yeah. Okay.
What are they using their nose plugs for?
The bile salt. Okay. You wanna do the next one? Who wants to read?
I have no idea.
Hey, Christie.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor?
No.
For Kara and Ethan. Would you do Ethan a favor? Would you Kara a favor?
What is the favor I'm supposed to be doing?
And just,
You owe me favors. That's not how it works.
stuff, and I'm like, Allie just explained it to me so I guess a little bit more, but on camera, can you just set, can we point to, like, can we get that note page again so you can tell me, like, what is going on in each one, why we're doing it, what the point is, big
I can
picture.
try and do it.
You want me to do what now?
I need to explain what we're doing because I don't get it all. I suck
Well, we
at
did this in
stuff.
class on Monday.
She's talking about this one, right?
What we're doing right now, yeah.
Just take a picture of that and say read that.
Read that.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
You took it in 112. You did that exact same experiment.
112 was not a good.
I'm not going to give you any sympathy for that. I've got a class. You're supposed to do that for 2 weeks in class.
So this is all 112 stuff?
Yes.
That's what doesn't make sense to me. Can you talk to me about this experiment?
Okay, so that's 112.
They break things down. They speed up. Okay, that breaks down fat. So lipase is in all of them except for 2.
Well, we've stalled
So what
out.
is this grade? What? Cream?
I tried this one.
Milk?
It was milk.
A dairy product?
We just made it what?
What are you asking me right now?
What's in
Lac-
green?
lac-
Fat.
Fat, okay. Oh, this is the fat. So
Yes.
both. Okay, so this is what breaks down the fat. This is the fat.
Yes.
You clicked on the clock and changed the
Okay.
time.
Okay, so now go back to 112. We need an enzyme needs for the substrate to produce the product.
So this has what breaks down fat with just water. No fat to break down. This has just fat to break down with water. Nothing to break it down. This has just fat, just what breaks down the fat and the fat.
But it's boiled. So the enzyme probably
right here.
doesn't do the
Click on that.
Okay.
That's what we're
So what is the point of both of these?
There you go.
controls.
Now,
Okay. Just what breaks down the fat and just the fat.
It's
Ready to
basically
go.
demonstrating that
So set that up
lipase
like
does
this.
not break down water. And this one is
Without lipase, the fat won't break down?
Yeah.
Okay. And then these are just different, like with or without bile and at body temperature. or
Looks
not at body
like-
temperature.
Yeah,
That one.
exactly. So this is
Because this has the
as
line.
if you ate
Well,
a bunch of oil
I'm guessing.
and only lipase is breaking it down in your body. This is not in your body,
Okay.
so it's not going to
We're
work
just
as
seeing
well.
the line.
Okay.
Because your body's got full temperature for all your enzymes to
Okay.
work. And so anything below or above that's fine.
Okay.
And then this is
Hard
as
side
if your
of
body's
bacterial
using
filters in the
not
inside.
lipase but bile to break
Side.
down what you ate.
Okay.
At body temperature and not body
Okay.
temperature.
Okay. That
And
makes
so
sense.
these will be what happens in your body. These will be if you have
Now click.
Okay.
or much worse than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then do we know what we're looking for on each of these, like to be able to tell if it's broken down?
Attach your mouthpiece.
You should be no color change in either of those. Should
Nose
be no color
clip?
change here.
Unless one of them wants to do it. I'm gonna add it.
Because go for it.
Which one of you wants to do it? Need a draw.
I'll do
Or
it.
has okay. Oh, just someone needs to just do it.
Yeah, I need a girl.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes more sense. Alright, thank you so much.
If you can keep going. Just to be able to do it.
Try to have okay, you do it. We'll control this and make sure that everything we're doing can be seen. And
What do I do?
Yep. Sorry.
Will you give me the instructions?
Nose clip
Oh.
can read them loudly.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Attach the larger diameter side of a white bacterial filter to the okay, we got all that. Okay, so hold the spirometer on your right hands, brace your arms against a solid surface, such as like a table.
Okay.
The spirometer must be held straight up and down, and not
like
move.
this?
Yeah,
Like
and
this?
don't move it.
So this is spirometer.
Put on your nose slug prior to data collection. Take several breaths for 20 to 30 seconds. Get used to and it looks like through the thing.
Will you read it over
Through it?
The camera can't
Yeah.
pick up sound over here.
That's how I'm over.
Oh, come on, Karen, you need this.
Prior to data collection, practice taking several breaths for 20 to 30 seconds, getting used to breathing through the equipment.
Oh boy.
Be sure to have a tight seal between
Everyone
your
done
lips
boiling
and the
their
mouthpiece.
boils, I assume?
So I have to put it around it. Okay.
Hold real still, put your arms down, on this.
Okay. Maybe it's just fine.
You want to
20 to 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be normal.
Yes. And you'll start data collection after 30 seconds. Take a normal breath in data collection with an inhalation and continue to breathe in and out for 4 cycles. Inspiration and expiration. Fill your lungs as deeply as possible. Maximum inspiration. Exhale as fully as possible. Maximum expiration. It's essential that maximum effort be expended. That's the one bar. All this with several recovery breaths until you're breathing normally again.
On a scale, so.
So you do 4 cycles of normal breathing, and then breathe in as much, and breathe out as much, and then recover.
This one, math. It doesn't matter if it never actually is. You guys have to
So I'm gonna start. Is it measuring yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
He's got to hit
Okay, go for it.
collect.
And we have to hold really, really still.
So, inhale.
Breathe out a whole lot more than normal.
4 cycles. Big, in, out.
Normally that should be slow.
I'm actually having to expend a lot of effort to get back.
Really tight.
So while she's doing that, this thing is connected to this computer over here, which is the veneer software,
When you recover, I guess stop breathing.
and it's measuring some things.
You live? No. Shape your roll.
So how do you do that so you can record the noise?
So you can see that. So that's what we're doing right now. Karen, Ethan, you jerks, skipping class.
Same breath.
Good? Okay, stop.
We're going to scale it again.
I would presume that it's supposed to show something.
Neither one of us.
So you do
Low
a
volume.
cycle of breathing, and then you do your total capacity, inhalation, total capacity, expiration.
No,
And
because it
then
measures when you start breathing.
go back to
So
normal.
as long as you start breathing, it should be
Those
good.
will just measure.
So we'll have to do it again. Didn't get nothing.
Okay. So
Just one time blow in. Are you blowing
So we're going to do it one more time. What she's doing is 4 normal in and out breaths, and then 1 really big in and 1 really big out.
Next one.
It's supposed to be measuring like your lungs. That's to be measuring your
Waiting
total
for
lung
triggers,
capacity.
so now it's ready to go. So it should work out. Just do it, yeah, do it like a normal flow.
It's getting flow rate, but it's not getting.
Whatever. Waiting for triggers, boys. Not picking up anything. Waiting for trigger.
I was kind of hoping to get some good values.
Hold on, let's see if I can set something up.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Already tried.
You have like an hour to kill. You can keep playing.
I don't know what I was doing.
Breathe again.
First time you did it, you actually sealed it.
Oh, there you go. You're alive.
There, okay. Now it's bounced right there.
Cool.
Just set it away.
Still breathing.
You guys are
Alright.
solid.
Yeah.
Actually,
4 cycles.
Yes.
Here, if we stop this and start over. You ready? Inhale. It's not doing it again. I don't know.
We're having some issues with our computer.
Oh, you're good.
that looks like
But it just goes up. That's all it does. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Yeah, it's not working.
It's not working at all?
All we get is one straight up line.
Right. We're just gonna. So, now, reboot, Mr. Christie. Always works. So this is plugged in, right? This is there.
We're doing that for.
Should automatically be. Okay, that's how it should look. Mr. Claw. 90 seconds.
Did I say that we were supposed to like
So will it automatically stop?
It's supposed to after 90 seconds.
So you go the full 90 seconds, not just this.
You can do that, and then it'll just. Oh, it should flatline. Okay. Volume. Put those on the right way. Inlet. Yep. Minute. Yep. Yep. Okay. So now it should do it. If it doesn't, then we'll just fuel the machine. That should work.
Alright, you're up
You did
again.
nothing different than everyone else did. So.
Yeah, but I don't. It doesn't seem like it.
It just has no
Way. Because it's like gradually. It's
anaerobic bacteria. There you go.
Yeah.
Like a little puff, like you're gonna sneeze or something. There it goes. Okay.
You just don't breathe enough.
I gotta just be able to hear this. We'll do a sample and just see what the math is.
Oh, see, when this is left to tabulate it right here. So you can level it.
It's actually getting one of those here.
I feel like over. So we have
Is this working?
the difference.
You just have no volume.
We'll find out when we get to
That actually could be it. They were not wanting to seal.
Yeah, it's like you're converting it to volume, but it's looking at the flow rate. Very strange. I do not know why your machine is doing that. I would change machines. Let's try the machine. Let me get you another two. That one for some reason is it out? I don't know, it's reading it in the wrong way.
We're switching machines because our machine wasn't working.
Okay, when this one turns off, turn it back on and see if it wakes up. For some reason, it's not making a volume. It keeps doing total.
Okay.
Yes.
Laptop computers. We used to have like really shitty ones. Nicer. The ones we used before were like the first Dell laptop ever.
A big brick.
It was a brick, yeah. They worked, it's just that they were old, you know what I mean? So it's like they actually function quite a bit. I think just okay.
Because our other one wasn't working. I'm gonna try this one.
Do you edit this, or is it like 4 hours?
Well, normally the lab one is like 40 minutes total. I just record what he says at like 0 study. I feel like it's the most efficient use of that. Unless I have time. Yeah. Like, there's no point in me like figuring out my searching things so I have no idea what I'm looking for. I don't really like have to go and find all the terms, read about it, and then come up with anything. So the IRB will find out on top of that.
Yeah. Let's see what I do. Except I don't have the open access server don't work as good as the
Yeah, they're not. We'll see if it's equal. Last one's only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then is there any more Wednesday? Monday, Tuesday, Friday, I think, right?
I think no. I think there's one on Thursday. I still can't go. It's Tuesday, Thursday. I have it right here.
It's the difference.
But then like this one's technically not for our models.
Alright, so where did you find that now?
Yeah, I okay, so yeah.
So they're not here.
Oh, it is probably really, yeah.
I never.
That one's usually less than
She reminds me, she's just like such a mom. She's like very kind, like patient. It's nice.
So glad that there's someone for here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't care what my capacity is on that one.
So what we did is we do this. I'm doing yoga and Monday through Friday. This starts from 12 to run. Negative ever. I should be able to do this. I did it, and then the next 2 days.
Yeah.
And like in yoga, I'm normally pretty flexible. My teacher was that, and I was like in college, but I was very like just barely moved. Started to cover
Do you not wait here or somewhere else? Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday,
teacher?
So that's how yeah, there's one of the girl that seems like she really kind of knows what she's doing, and so I like shot her, and I'm like, wherever she's going, I'm like, I'm going too. But then yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, ready?
Ready to go.
Okay, round
My
two.
mouth's gonna dry now.
Feeling good about it. Okay. Put it back so you can like brace yourself.
Like, and I'm just spot on with the camera.
And then
I'll move it so it's
oh, what's going on?
okay. You do, yeah.
We're actually weird.
I wonder why that's happening. I'm missing.
Were you holding this thing upright? Yeah. Oh, we're still having some issues. We're gonna try again.
It's gotta be a false.
Yeah. I think we got a faulty hand thing.
Christie, our breather thing is broken.
Christie.
Yeah, because we're getting the same results.
Spare one where? Right here. Spirometer.
We'll just go all new.
So
we're gonna switch out our spirometer.
You too.
Very Ethan.
Oh yeah, I took it out of that one. Oops. I hit you in the face.
It's okay. Let me get the first one tap there.
steal one and then
Oh, you're just bringing us a new thing?
try this one.
Christie's gonna bring us a whole new thing.
Yes. Just like that.
Great.
Okay.
So it takes a full hour just to. What? Sure.
Just put back the you need this part.
Let somebody else figure it out. Here, use this one so it's new too.
Yeah.
Let's go all new.
Now, where's the whole car?
We've got all new parts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the graph looks like the shape there ain't right. Yeah, it's weird that the numbers are.
And yes, you will be fast forwarding a lot. If you stop right now, you could probably fast forward for another 30 minutes.
You should probably indicate something like on the recording, just like do a little dance when it actually matters.
Did he not give us the breather guy?
So, Allie had a good point.
Oh.
I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this
I thought he brought us one.
when it's time for you to actually press play.
Did he
Stop
hand
fast
you the
forwarding.
breather thing?
What?
Is that it?
That wasn't ours. The one I put away, I put in here.
Okay.
The one-
He brought over.
Yes.
Maybe he's got
Let's try that again.
Oh
Well,
boy.
it's a different one, right?
Yeah, this was the one that we were using.
That's the one we were using.
This was the false one. This was the false one. I got the colors. That's probably been smooth. Okay.
That's all you can do. Just make sure like,
Do we have to shut the computer off again?
no, we can just.
It should know that already.
Okay.
And then, are we waiting?
I didn't know these would get it.
That looks better.
I guess we're not staying in pilot capacity.
Yeah, it just should
Longest lecture or lab I've ever been.
That was step number 4.
I'm finishing.
Yeah,
Maybe
sure.
we
Oh,
can
yeah.
do that.
I'm almost
I think
halfway
we all
through.
missed this step. Yeah.
What, rewatching it?
Yeah,
So
but
that was
I really
big
just go to
graph.
class to record it. Like I'm so easy, I would do nothing for me in the classroom. So like,
Yeah.
making this next
Nursing,
one
healthcare, reading all the stuff kind of statement, right? Yeah. I forgot to disinfect the patient. Oh, wow.
Digestive, like, I don't need what it is. Getting down to the ground.
You may have doing the calculations is correct. The calculations are
Should I do the
correct.
dance to
Your data
indicate
was
that
wrong,
it's,
but your
yeah.
calculations are correct. Alright.
Look at you go!
It's working!
Alright.
Look at you. She's breathing.
She does exist.
So it's finally working. So once we're done, we're going to probably answer a couple of questions, analyze some data, talk about some stuff. Meanwhile, our test tubes are still being held at body temperature, and the other two are at 0 degrees Celsius. That was the big breath in.
Recovery breaths into
So Allie's just breathing.
What are we doing here?
Just breathing.
Is it working?
She's alive.
Yeah, I have my wonders.
I
Alright, that's exactly right. That's exactly right.
activate
Okay, let's make this pretty again. Use your mouse and find the points.
So, why did you adjust the baseline?
Make it flat. Sometimes they'll be like this.
Christie adjusted the baseline to make it flat.
How is this? Is that narration? What is that?
Yeah, so I'm narrating for you guys. You're welcome. Everybody here thinks I'm a creep, and you're going to be really grateful for this video. You owe me your souls. All right, and $50. So this is what we have.
Okay, so what am I looking for? Move the cursor to the peak and note the volume value.
So, okay, so the Y value is
Yes.
So move the cursor and the first peak.
0.386.
So we're just moving the cursor to the first peak and recording the value there, which was
Move the cursor to the
0.405.
volume.
Then we're moving the cursor to the first valley. We get negative 0.472.
Calculate the difference between the tidal value and the 0.1 meters.
So the difference between the two.
Yeah, but tidal is
The peak and the zero, right?
tidal isn't tidal the overall radius.
The big breath.
That's vital capacity. The tidal value is right. It's your regular breaths.
From the peak to the zero, or from the peak to the valley?
Okay, so yeah, then it's the difference.
So peak to valley is how you calculate your tidal.
Yeah, the tidal volume is the difference between the two.
So you take the difference between the peak and the valley to get tidal volume.
So for instance,
The peak of the high.
peak of the tallest.
For the value of what? I'm sorry, the peak of the reserve value? Inspiratory reserve volume.
It's like how much lung capacity you have inspiring
Okay.
after normal.
Okay.
This one is you could just restart it.
So
You could have just read the last two and the rest would read that more. It'd be good.
I only got 1.711.
And then that 5.7, yeah, almost 4 too. You have lots of love.
You're going to go to
Moralizing for the first time.
now the peak of your title.
There you go. Pick one of the titles.
that. So all
So
of
you'll
those
be
are
here
numbers.
to here. So your original title.
Okay.
The same one.
So now we're taking the peak of the original title
Yeah.
So that's what we already have.
and comparing it to the peak
Which
of
is
the big breath.
0.45.
Yeah. 0.45 and then whatever I got for
And that measures what?
1.7.
That's the difference between title
And so then you
volume and...
do determine expiratory, so it's going to be the valley.
That's -2.3.
So you're at 0.45. This is -2.25.
And the biggest is the recovery.
No, because that should basically take you back to the title volume. It should be.
The difference between those two is
Should be the
definitely
same.
about the same.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Exit total reserve. Calculate the vital capacity, which is title value plus inspiratory value plus expiratory value. So that's just
I'm just gonna hold this up so they can see the values. Can you see it?
Otherwise, this one sheet, PDF file may
So those are the values and then we're basically just using those values to calculate different things. And everything's on a sheet of paper that tells you what you need to add or subtract or whatever.
Yeah, I think those are all the variables.
So then we just use those to calculate.
all of this stuff for the female.
Okay.
And now we go to the male.
Well, let's see how much time we have left.
What do you say?
So it's
Let's see if males are bigger.
we've got 25 minutes left.
No, well, I haven't in
Well,
4 years.
which one of you guys is doing it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I've never smoked, so my lungs are perfect.
My lungs are
Are you bragging about your perfect lungs right now? I feel like this guy, whose name I don't know, this guy has never smoked. It's on record. We got it. This guy has smoked, but it was 4 years ago. And now he's gonna do the lungs. Christie says that male values should be bigger.
So we can start over that. As breast
Whoa, he's off the charts.
keeping air in. Breathe out the air, right? You keep the air in.
Okay, I'll wait till he's done and then I'll show you his chart. We'll record similar values. He's still going. Oh, Kara, you just texted me. How weird. You're not going to be able to make it in today. Does Christie know?
You guys all taking last term? Yeah. I took them like 3 terms ago.
Wow, that's a gap between 2 and 3, huh?
Yeah. I had to take chemistry.
Oof.
I'm doing the opposite with chemistry, so like I'm gonna drop in one of
Yeah, I'm taking
go back to it.
chemistry and AMP right now, so it's rough.
Yeah, that's what I did
my only
last
2
term
classes.
with math.
So are you guys taking chemistry so that you can apply outside of the Ockney schools for nursing?
I'm not going to nursing, but
Me either.
it's the same, similar.
What are you guys going for?
I'm going for legal. Okay.
I mean, one day
It's
I'll-
the same thing. It's the same prereqs. It's like it's all the same.
Right. Yeah.
Alright, so let's take a look at this graph.
We have to turn it. I don't know. Christie, how do we spin it for baseline? For graph.
Drop down menu at the top, which is right here. Go down like you just did to long volume. Click that. Do that button there to make it shift up or down.
So about right there. As long as I guess we can just move it. Wait a second. No. I would move it up a little. Oops. We're doing that.
Oh,
Yeah. Like that.
yeah.
So that's the first.
So your peak is 0.78. Your valley is minus 0.66. Your peak for max is 2.86, and your valley is minus 0.61. See, my expiratory sucks.
Okay.
That is all we had, right?
Other one that really cares, I was like, that's straight. I mean, doesn't it change all the values?
Yeah, but it doesn't change
just a
the difference.
True that.
Tidal volume could theoretically stay the same.
So yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Right.
I'm gonna sneak behind you real quick. So are these the his values? Or are these yours?
Those are mine.
Okay.
You're in pink.
Oh, cool. Can we show them? Yeah.
Is this my paper? Your
Because Kara
paper?
just said
This
she's not
is
gonna be.
yours.
Okay.
So here we have.
Oh.
Cool. Thank you.
Sam, how much time do we have on our stuff?
Probably like 20 minutes. I just checked a second ago. We have 19 minutes. 19 minutes. Looks like Christie's getting ready to do some stuff on the board. Don't know if you talked to Karen or not, but she's not going to make it today either. Yeah, totally. Nice. I'm just glad that
Yeah, you'd have to think it through.
You're not going to exhale.
That's a really You're keeping more air in your lungs, so you stay more fluid. That's exactly. We were thinking that the pressure of the water would cause it to go. Okay, that would just make it a little bit more difficult. Maybe not another 5 months.
I think no matter what. Has everyone gotten their tubes? It's been about an hour. Make sure you check your tubes if you have not yet done so.
So here we go. So the 1L is clear. 2L is
That's probably.
No change. So it's going to be like this bluish purple. The only ones that are going to be changed are going to be the 4L and 4L should be the only two that have changed.
So how do you, why did they go in there at?
Like this color, this is out in blue. So they're going to turn from like a purple, blue to a pink or red.
Okay, so those two are 4B and 4L.
Yeah, and so that's the litmus cream, and so it turns pink and red, and it detects acid, which basically is the fat breaking down into acids.
So then what do we do as far as positive or negative?
Well, if it's positive, there's a change. If there's no change, it was negative.
Alright.
So the first one, I don't think it changed because water isn't going to be a catalyst. It's not going to do anything. The second one was just water and the pH indicator, so that's not going to show the change. 3L, there's not going to be any change because with nature's a protein, we're adding the litmus cream. So 4L
Yeah.
will be a change.
See if 3 halves is
Specific
multiply.
temperature, and it was the litmus cream that and then the ones that are zero, there's not going to be a change because the glucose isn't going to allow there to be a reaction.
They're like frozen.
Yeah. So there can't be any metabolism.
Yeah.
Right? There can't be any metabolism because it's too cold. So then, yeah, the ones that are 4L and 4B are the only
These go down the same. Rinse them out and get them ready
Wait, did you do your teeth over it?
They're less than breathe higher than if you're breathing more than normal. You can come up with a number.
Just to look at our.
Going in. Point 2 here, you're at X.
So up
Point 2
one,
X.
no, up is okay. So it's 1.1. So it's 29.
So look at your tubes.
Okay, I'm gonna see it right now.
Your tubes.
Not yet, we have.
I'll start down.
How do I change the picture of my graph?
I do not know.
So that I can
Wait,
see.
wait, stop.
You check your tubes. In a few minutes, we'll put the answers on the board so everyone understands what their tubes do. This would be a really big one, right? Yeah, it is. This is huge anyway. More people. That person has
This sucks. This is the worst lab of my life. I hate it.
Oh, we've got tubes.
I love name and claim. I live in name and claim. And this shit is no.
Yeah. 1.5.
Yeah.
In that context. Yes, those come to keep. Yeah, those are it's supposed to be body temperature. So hotter than warm.
The yellow color. Remains clear.
For the first person? Yeah. It could be the whole lot to get the same amount of air.
Yeah, you did. I think you should have just pushed 5 points.
Which one, Christie?
Well, the result will be something that's guaranteed to be bad. Like a drink. The screen recoil means yes.
Something kind of like underwater, like
Probably nothing bad. Something like you can kind of line with this. Or at least